Okay, maybe we need to go over this one more time.
Do we have to?
Well, sweetie, I don't know if you're getting a good grasp of the ratios here.
Fine.
Okay, all right, step by step. Before we spend any money, what's the first thing that we do?
Give to God.
Good. And why do we do that?
Because he first loved and gave to us.
Good. Okay, great. Now the second jar here is for so many different things.
Hold on.
What?
God lives in heaven, right?
Yeah, he lives in heaven.
And heaven has streets paved with gold, right?
Streets paved with gold, sure, yes.
So why does he need my money if I don't even have a job?
Okay, all right, so good question. So basically when we give to God, we're giving to the church.
So the church gives the money to God?
No, the church keeps the money.
Oh, does God know about this?
Yes, he basically built the system, yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay. See, sweetie, as you grow up, there is nothing better than giving back to God. In the Bible, it's the only place God says, test me on this. When it comes to your money, he says, test me. It's almost like he's saying, I dare you. And your mom and I, we do just that. Even when things are tough, we always give the first part of our money back to God. And then the church takes that money and does all kinds of things to make God famous, like camps and mission trips and even VBS that you love so much, and even helps out people that are in need. You can't outgive God. And when God says test him and you do it, he will come through every single time.
Okay, Dad, I get it.
Well, hello everyone. In this week's video on the elements of worship, we are going to be talking about tithes and offerings. You've probably heard those terms before, but what do they really mean? What is a tithe and what is an offering? Well, tithe means 10%. It's when you give 1/10 of your income, the money that you make, to the church. Offering is a little different. It's not a certain number. It's a gift that you give to God through the church. When did tithes and offering happen in church? Well, you probably remember before COVID when we used to pass the basket around while singing. Now we do things a little bit differently by giving online or in the envelope on the table at church. Why do we give tithes and offerings? Well, there are lots of reasons, but today I want to focus in on a beautiful passage from the book of Luke, where Jesus talks to us about his kingdom and giving. Jesus has just told his disciples that they do not need to worry about their needs, because their Father knows each need and watches over them. Now he says, "Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. So sell your possessions and give to the needy. Provide yourselves with money bags that do not grow old, with a treasure in the heavens that does not fail, where no thief approaches and no moth destroys. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." Do you hear Jesus talking about God's generosity here? He says it's your Father's good pleasure, his joy and delight to give you the most important things of his kingdom. He is generous and wants to give it to you. Therefore, Jesus reminds us that we don't have to hold on so tightly to things here on earth that can be destroyed, even good things like clothes and toys and video games and our other treasures. We can give to those who are in need. Often, our desires are too small, and we want things for ourselves that don't last. But God tells us that he will generously give us better things, the treasure of heaven. And he reminds us of the practical fact that whatever we choose to spend our money on, well, our heart will become tied to it. Well, I feel encouraged after reading that. May you be reminded of God's generosity.